Hey guys, have you ever come into your shed and seen your lawnmower sitting down on one side on its tire? Well, in today's video, we're going to find and trace the leak and fix the leak. So as you saw in the title, pretty much this is going to be my rendition of how I find leaks and fix them on, well, pretty much anything with a tire. But this tire has been going flat for the last 2 months now. I'd run it, get it out, fill it up with air, bring it back in here, and then a week later it's flat again. Well, what the heck's the problem? I haven't had the chance to spray it down, and now I finally do. So anyways, we're going to find out where it's leaking from. But first and foremost, it's cold out. This thing needs to start and run. We'll see how well it'll do that. So while this is warming up, I'm going to go get a portable air tank and put some air in the tire. So go ahead and get you a bottle of, I guess, 50-50 of soap and water. Doesn't really matter. I just put some Dawn in here. Pretty much, you just need some sort of soaping agent, so whenever compressed air, in this case, then the tire, is escaping, you will visually see it. And just as a preliminary check, just go ahead and spray down the tire from the rim out everywhere you can. Okay, that's more than enough. But basically, you're just going to inspect it and look for an area of bubbling that is just absolutely unmistakable. I got a feeling it's probably where the tractor's sitting on it right now. And really, your biggest sources of where you're going to leak possibly will either be around the bead here, where the tire meets the rim. This is the bead. Usually on old tires, sometimes if the last person that installed them or just age, they'll start leaking here and you'll see bubbling here. But in my case, I'm going to guess I ran over a thorn and it's stuck somewhere in the tread. Sometimes the sidewall will leak, but that's rare, and if it does, you can't really patch that. You just got to get a new tire. This might just be a slow leak that you can't find visually, and I might just end up having to put a set of tires on here, which I don't really want to do. Oh, and spray your valve stem. Mine's on the inside, so I just about forgot about that. So get in on the core there. Right up in there, get around where the seat is for the valve stem, which in this case, no bubbling, so the valve stem is okay. It depends on your garden tractor. If it's a manual or your stick shift, you got gears to throw to neutral, push it. If it's a hydro, you're going to have a lever somewhere on it. There's going to be some way to disengage it to the neutral for the hydro. In this case, on 316 and 318s, and a couple other models, there's a lever on this side underneath the fender pan you got to push down on, and you can move it. Or you can just start the tractor and move it. In this case, I have automatic valves where that whole assembly got bypassed, and then when the pressure is no longer existent in the system, the valves will pretty much just open and let the fluid free flow. So I can do this. Okay, so I pushed it back to get rolled out here. These are tubeless, I do believe, but some lawn and garden tractor tires will just be tubeless, or it's just the tire, and basically there's nothing inside between the tire and the wheel. It's just a big open space where you just put the air in. Or you'll have a tire, what's called a tube, which is basically just a big rubber bag or an air bag that goes all the way around the inside of the underneath the tire. And then you'll have your wheel. And sometimes you can see the rubber's getting old. It'll just leak through the rubber. Oh, bingo, it was sitting on it. So that right there would be considered a slow leak because it's not actively like shoving out the soap so fast you can see it, but it is forming a big puddle there because that's the only spot there's a whole bunch of soap. There's a little bit here and there, but that's just, I would guess, residue from when I was spraying. So as shown here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take a puncturing tool. You're going to create a bigger hole with this guy, and you're going to want to go in there. As you see here, it basically has filing edges. So you're going to puncture it, twist and turn, and pull in and out with it, and basically make that hole a decent size. Not too terribly big, but big enough to where one of these rubber patches will fit in it. And you have a tool here that has a split that you insert your rubber insert with. I'll show you a little better here in a minute when I got one in it. And you're going to shove that guy in the hole. Hence, you'll have a plug. There's also tire cement you're supposed to put on it too, but I don't know if we have any over here. Man, true flat, I would guess that's it. What's the directions say? There you go, tubeless tire repair. So, this plug already has a slight coating on it, but you're really going to coat it with this. So it'll cement up in there and make sure it doesn't leak. You're going to lose your air pressure in here, so I would suggest getting near an air compressor or getting a portable tank or something, because you're going to at least fill this tire back up once, maybe twice. Don't know for sure, but you're definitely going to be filling it again. And this right here is what it looks like when you have your patch in. Of course, you're going to fold them both back on the ears there when you go in on your tire. But this is basically what it looks like inside the tool. All right, so patch is right here where the hole is. And in theory, it shouldn't leak anymore. I'm not going to touch it with water or anything else probably for 15-20 minutes. Let that cement set up. But we'll come back, fill it up with the proper air pressure, spray it down, make sure it's not leaking, and then your final step's going to be taking a pair of snips or something sharp, scissor-like, or even a knife, really. And just you're going to cut top of that off, basically, but I don't need to really show you that. That's pretty straightforward. All right, so this is my 420 sitting out in the shed here. Hasn't moved for a while. You can tell she's flat. And in this case, there is no puncture wound on it. But I thought I'd just show you guys what a rim leak looks like. We're gonna go ahead and put some air in it. Okay, no leaking around the valve stem. Just go ahead and spray her down along the bead here. Okay, so once again, another case of slow leak. Come right over here. There's your leak right there. That is a bead leak. It's on the slower side of things, but that is my bead leak. And the only way to fix that is to take this into the shop, pop the bead off or break this bead here, and then get me a wire wheel or just some sort of abrasive material and clean the inside of this bead, and then probably go around the tire and make sure it's not damaged. I kind of have a feeling there's a cement for that, but at the same time, I don't know. Really, the solid fix to making sure this goes away is to de-bead it for sure, and then clean this bead and then repop it, whether that's using shop air or the ether trick like I do. And I thought I'd show you guys what a bead leak looks like. That's an easy fix. One of these days, whenever this goes in the shop, I'll pop that off and fix it real quick, but I thought I'd just show you guys anyways. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video and want to see more like this, don't hesitate to throw a comment down below on what other ideas you want to see me do, or in this case, just if it helped you any at all, or maybe even provided you entertainment with how stupid I could be sometimes. I don't know. Just whatever your pick is. Thanks for watching anyways. Catch you guys on the next video.